Okay, so welcome to week 6, I believe. So for this week, the tutorial content will be going over some questions from assignment 2 and some of the common problems that were encountered in assignment 2. Next week, the tutorials will be going over the lecture content introduced this week by our new lecturer, Patrick. But we'll get to that then. So question 1A of the assignment was a translation question. It asked you to translate this formal argument in truth functional logic to English using the provided symbolization key. The first question, I'll just dive in and we'll get to some of the common problems just as we go. So symbolizing the first question, first thing to note, it's conditional and has a rather large antecedent, but whatever. So translating this, we have, if the universe is infinite and it's not expanding and the matter in the universe is distributed uniformly, then the number of stars at any given distance from Earth increases in proportion to the square of that distance. That's what this all says in English, so I'll write that out. If the universe is infinite, I'll copy and paste some stuff as I go, but and the universe is expanding. Oh, the universe is not expanding, sorry. And the matter in the universe is distributed uniformly. Then the number of stars at any given distance from Earth increases in proportion to the square of that distance. You don't have to say it exactly like this. As long as it's equivalent to this, we'll still grade it correctly. Similarly for other parts of this question. But there are some things that are not equivalent that we doc marked for. So for example, one thing that happened a lot was people would say something like this. The universe is infinite. If this, then something else, where something else is like all this. This is not equivalent to the original conditional because you state that the universe is infinite. The original conditional does not imply that the universe is infinite. The claim that the universe is infinite is contained within the antecedent of the conditional. So saying something like this is not equivalent because it entails things that the original sentence did not entail. On the other hand, if you said something just kind of like a rephrasing, like if the universe is infinite, comma, not expanding, comma, and the matter in it is distributed uniformly or something, that's fine. Minor rephrasings like this, if you threw in an only if somewhere, that's fine. As long as it's equivalent, we count it right. All right, so that's premise 1. Premise 2, very easy. We can just copy and paste this. That's good. Premise 3. Oops, this should have a. So premise 3 is a conditional. If D and E, then F. So what we do, we want to make sure that the English, the main connector of the English is conditional. So we have if the number of stars at any given distance from the Earth increases in proportion to the square of that distance, and the light that falls on the Earth from any particular star decreases as the square of its distance from the Earth, then this whole thing. Then the light reaching the Earth from all the stellar sources at any given distance is equal to that reaching from the Earth from any other given stellar distance. So this is a massive sentence and it does not read very smoothly in English, but don't worry too much about that. Just make sure that the overall structure of the sentence reflects that of the logic. And so here we have in the antecedent, we have a conditional starting from this the. Here, this is a conjunction, D and F, And then we have the overall conditional, if D and F, or sorry, that's the conjunction is D and E, and the overall conditional is if D and E, then F. Again, equivalent stuff is fine. There were some similar problems to that of question 1 where people would just like would write out the antecedent and say if that, then F, but again, that's not equivalent because the original sentence does not entail D and E. Okay, premise 4. So this one tripped people up a little bit because it has like a layered conditional. So some people kind of got their if-thens around the wrong way. Some people tried to kind of use various English phrases to express the layered conditional that kind of made the sentence not really a conditional. In general, smoothness of English is a secondary concern. Accuracy is primary concern. So if you need to symbolize from logic to English, try to preserve what the logic says over the naturalness of your English sentence. So anyways, this one here, we have a conditional. So if the universe is infinite, then if the light reaching from blah, 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 this is F. So if the universe is infinite, then if F, it's the layered conditional part, then the night sky is dark, or there is no night sky. So you can see here that the overall sentence preserves the same structure as the logic. We layered the conditionals just in English, even if it kind of doesn't sound something like a smooth English sentence, that's okay. G, the night sky is dark, easy peasy. And the conclusion, therefore, if the universe is infinite and the matter in it, you can say in the universe, in it, whatever, is distributed uniformly, then the universe is expanding. So that's how you would translate this. Sorry. That's how you would translate this argument. Again, if you're unsure exactly of how to translate it, don't be too flourishy with your English. Wooden translations are okay in terms of grading. If you know, sorry again, if you can like write out a wooden translation and then smooth out the grammar a bit without destroying the meaning, then that's nice. It helps it be more readable, but accuracy is more important than smoothness. All right, so that's question 1A.